Okay. So that only means the feature of the animals. Hmm. Okay, that's good. So the so kingdom Animalia is further categorized into two broad groups, that is invertebrate and vertebrate. So the group of animals that do not have backbone are called invertebrate, and the group of animals that have a backbone are known as vertebrates. So can you tell me human beings are categorized in which category? Just raise your hand. Muhammad Abdullah, yes, you tell me. We human are categorized in which category? Invertebrate or vertebrate? Tell me. We human being in which category? We are invertebrate. We are invertebrate. Do, just, what are invertebrate? Can you tell me just once? Just a minute, Salama. I'll make them mute. Then I will ask you. Yes. Now, Salama, you tell me. I muted them. Hmm. Hmm. So, what do you think? Human beings are not having backbone. Hmm? So, what do you think? Human beings are not having backbone. Backbone. So, we categorize in which category? Again, invertebrate. Just now you told that we have backbone and vertebrates are having the backbone, and again invertebrate. Vertebrate, yes. So the animal don't say invertebrates. They human beings are vertebrates. They have backbone. So invertebrate and vertebrate are further categorized into different categories. Here on the page number 59, there's a chart that kingdom Animalia categorized into invertebrate and vertebrate, and there are further classification of the invertebrate and vertebrates are there. So invertebrate, those are not having backbone. They further categorize into eight category. First is Porifera, second Nidaria, third is Platyhelminthes, fourth is Nematoda, fifth is Annelida, sorry, fourth is Annelida, fifth is Mollusca, sixth Arthropoda, Echinodermata. So means like all of you repeat, all of you repeat these terms in your heart. Porifera, Porifera, Nidaria, Platyhelminthes, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda or nematode also we pronounce, Annelida or annelids also we pronounce, Mollusca or mollusk, arthropod or arthropoda, Echinodermata, Echinodermata. So these are the means further category of invertebrate. Means invertebrate further categorized into 8 category. They are Porphyra, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Mollusca, Arthropoda, Echinodermata. So these you have to memorize. So now just yes, here Muhammad Abdullah, just tell me the pronunciation of the eighth category of invertebrate. Eighth category of invertebrate which is there in your book. Tell me the pronunciation of pronounce it. Echinodermata. 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 Yes, now it is fine. Okay, now yes. Fariha Javed. Fariha Javed. Yes, pronounce the second category of invertebrate. Second category of invertebrate. Do you have book in front of you? Fariha Javed, are you here in class? So pronounce the second category of the invertebrate quickly. Yes? Haya Firdaus, you tell me. Haya, pronounce this second category of the invertebrate. Zubia, you tell me. Zubia, you tell me the third category. Hmm. Tell me third category of invertebrate. Yes. Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. And second category, Nidaria. Nidaria, Platyhelminthes. Okay. So invertebrate, they further grouped into 8 groups. They are Porphyria, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Mollusca, Arthropoda, Echinodermata. And the vertebrate, they further categorized into 5 categories: fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds. Birds are also known as aves, AVES, aves. And the fifth category is mammal. So fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds or aves, and the fifth one is mammal. We have studied these vertebrate, different group of vertebrate in the fourth class. You must have remembered those categories. So now let's start with invertebrate. Invertebrate can be found on land and in water. Means they can be found on both the places. They can be aquatic, they can be terrestrial. Means they can be found in different water bodies like pond, river, stream and ocean, and they are further sub divided into 8 major phyla. So the 8 major phyla I told you just now: Porphyra, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes. Cnidaria is also known as Coelenterata. Cnidaria is also known as Coelenterata. 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 So, Porphyra, Cnidaria or Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata. I'm revising so many times these terms because I know you should memorize these terms and should pronounce in a proper way. That's why I repeated many times the same terms. so that you not commit mistake while pronouncing it. So in there's the fact file that invertebrate account for about 97% of all animal kingdom. Means if you study animal kingdom, if you talk about animal kingdom, in that 97% are invertebrates only. So and the rest are the what you can say, rest are the vertebrate, means 3% vertebrate. And among us, this 97, the insects alone account for a million species. Means the most are the insects. So means and more number they are occupied by the invertebrate, and the vertebrate they are less in proportion. More are invertebrate. Now let's start Porifera. So phylum Porifera comprises of aquatic animals that are mostly marine. Marine, they are found attached to the ocean floor. Marine means the salty water. Salty water is there in ocean. So Porifera they found in marine water. They are means they found in ocean. As the word itself tell that pori means pores. So means they having the body having the pore on it. Porifera they having the pore all over their body. They are the simplest of multicellular organism. Remember, this point is not mentioned in your book, but I'm telling you, they are the simplest of all multicellular organism. Why? Because they are multicellular, but their tissue system is not there. Like if you just a simple example, if you talk about human being, means the same type of cells combine to form tissue, and the tissue form organ, and the organ form organ system. So the different organ systems are there in our body, like digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, different systems are there, tissue system is there. But when you talk about Porifera, there you will not get the tissue system, but they are multicellular. They made up of many cells, but they are not means what you can say having tissue system. That's why they are the simplest of all the multicellular organisms. So the body is covered with pores through which water and food enters the body cavity. Means the body is like the whole body is covered with the pores, and the in the center there's a large pore. Means their body is just you can say it's like a vase where the cavity in between. So that actually that is actually a canal sort, that just actually the passage of the nutrients and water. Means the nutrient and water they enter through the small pores which are present on the all over the body, and whatever the extra water and the excretory substances and the extra nutrient they pass through the central canal or the central pore, the largest pore of the body. So as you can see here some pictures in your book also. So they are just having the vase like structure. If you see that their body from the surface, you can say the surface of the body, they just what you can say allow to enter the water and nutrient inside the body, and whatever the extra is there that is excreted out, that is get rid from it through the large pore or the central canal you can say, because it's there in the middle. So that is actually there is only a single large pore, and that is present at the top of the body for the exit of waste dissolved in water. What because as a result of the metabolic activity, uh, there are some waste product release, and that has to be excreted out, otherwise the organism lead to death. If the excretory substances they would not be excreted out, the organism lead to death. Or means if a lower level means a few of the waste product is accumulated somewhere in the body, it can cause the harmful diseases in the body. If it is continuously is not excreted out, it is accumulated in the body for the longer time, then it can lead to death also. So the most important point for the porifera is that they are the simplest of all multicellular organisms. You have to note down this point. Why? Because tissue organization you'll not found in this porifera. So the true body cavity is absent. Body cavity means the spaces where the different organ or organ system fit. Like in our body, if you take example of our body, we have different what you can say organ system. So these organ system are fit in some cavities. When there are some spaces, there are some cavities in the body where they fit, like stomach fit in some space, like the whole means esophagus, or you can say the liver or intestine, means there are some spaces in the body where they fit. So those are actually those spaces where these organs are fit are actually the cavities. So these cavities are not there in porifera because this organ system is not there, tissue system is not there. They just body made up of the cells, and each cell just absorb the nutrient and water and just excrete out the substances from it. Through means every cell do the metabolic activity its own. So it's not depend on the organ system. This is all about porifera. Just raise your hand and tell me the features of porifera quickly. Raise your hand. Only two hands, three hands, four hands. Yes. Juveria bint Shahid, you tell me some feature of porifera. Tell me. Tell me features of porifera. Just now I told. Yes. Hmm. Not giving answer. Dunaira Amil. Dunaira Amil, are you there in class? Am I audible to you? No response. How would I know you are there in class? Fatma Zahra. Fatma Zahra, tell me some features of polyphenols. Hmm. So you people not understood what are the features? One or two feature tell me. Any specific feature which I tell? Yes, Umar, you tell me. Umar? Mhm. Hmm. Not store, my dear, not store. They excrete out. They get rid the waste through the central pore, through the central large pore which is present at the top of the body, which is present at the middle of the body. So they just excrete out the waste, not to store. Got it? Hmm. Yes, usually they are cylindrical or was like. So, Miss, yeah, I don't know when I ask you 4, 5, 6 students, they are not able to reply. I don't know the reason they are there in the class. Means if you not understood, you say that I not understood. I will tell you, but there is no response. So what I means get the idea about it, whether you are there in the class or not. If I ask something you don't know, you can ask me, ma'am. Tell me again. I will tell you again. But when you not give any response, so what idea I get from it? So Muhammad Umar is very good, mashallah. So very basic features you can memorize that porifera, the name itself just help you to memorize that the from the porifera you just relate the pores. So their body is having the pores all over the pores they are on the body, and the central in the central also the large pore is there. So the from the body surface it absorbs the water and nutrient from the water, and from the central pore it excrete out the waste. And it is the simplest of the all multicellular organism. No tissue or the organ system or the cavity is there in the porifera. Simple. Now the next category, Nidaria or Coelenterata. Nidaria, another name is Coelenterata. So Coelenterata you can say, or the Nidaria, anywhere maybe you get somewhere Coelenterata. So means we talked about Nidaria only. So Nidaria comprises of mostly marine animals. They are also lives in the salty water. Some such as hydra live in fresh water as well. Means some of the Nidaria they can be found in fresh water as well, but mostly they found in the marine water. Marine means ocean or sea, means the fresh water like river, pond, um, stream. They are the fresh water. So hydra can be found in the fresh water. So they also have soft body like porifera, but their body is specifically, the translucent. They are translucent. What does it mean, translucent? Can anyone tell? Hmm? We studied these terms transparent, translucent, opaque in fifth class. Yes? Who will tell me this? Juveria bint Shahid. Translucent, yeah. If I ask you on the basis of light passed through it, categorize the material into three category, then you explain on the basis of light passed through it. Tell me. Yeah. Yes. Transparent when the all light pass through it. Opaque when all the light is blocked through it. It cannot pass. And translucent when some of the light pass through it. Anyway, we discussed this thing in fifth class. We learned about these terms. So their body is translucent, and there's an opening representing mouth at one end, leading to a single hollow body cavity. Means a single cavity is there, and they having one opening at the top, and that is act as a mouth, you can say. So Nidarian may exist in either of two forms. They can be found in the attached, or they can be found in free floating condition. Means they can be found attached to the ocean floor, or they can be found in free floating condition. So Nidarians are categorized into two category: attached form or the free floating form. The attached form has a vase like shape with the upper edge of the vase surrounded by long slender filament like projection known as tentacles. Means, as I told you, there is one opening, and that opening is considered as mouth, and around the mouth or the rim of the mouth, or they having the finger like projections, they are known as tentacle. So finger like projections, actually they help to catch the prey, because they are around the mouth, so they help to catch the prey. They push the prey towards the mouth. And the free living form has an inverted bowl like shape with the lower edge bearing tentacles. Means those are attached in condition, their lower edge is having tentacles. Like jellyfish, tentaculated movement and in capturing prey. So attached to cylindrids, they are having the tentacle at the lower end so that they can catch the prey easily, and they can, these tentacles help in movement as well. So free floatings are having the tentacle at the top, and attached to cylindrid having the tentacle at the lower end. So cnidarian or coelentrates, they are also found in marine as like porifera. They also soft bodied as like porifera, but the difference is that porifera are of different attractive colors, but coelentrates are translucent. Translucent. So, and they having the tentacle around the mouth or the opening. So the tentacles are found at the upper surface in the free floating coelentrates, and lower surface in the attached form of coelentrates. So this all about coelentrates or nidaria. Muhammad Abdullah, yes, what do you want to say? What do you want to say quickly? No. Yasir Raza, what do you want to say? Yes. Tell me. No one is. Naam Ghalib. Anam Ghalib, you tell me, yes. Some features of Nidaria. Hmm. Very good. And yeah. Hmm. Okay, very good. Salama, Salama, you also can tell. Salama. Hmm. 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 Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Free floating form. Free floating form. That's good, mashallah. Tentacles. You know, these what you can say, the groups or the category of animals, it's not that tough as you people are thinking, because there's no response from your side. If not understood, ask me. Two, three, mashallah, are very active, giving answer, asking question. That's going on. But rest are just inactive. They're not responding when you means that there's no response when I call, and it means not answering, not questioning. I don't know means what I consider whether you are present or absent. Anyway, so means these are the basically what you have to memorize these terms, these name of the groups, and then they are not very difficult. Means two or three features you memorize, then it will be fine. So it's not that difficult. So whatever we cover today, yes, what to say something? Food, catching prey. They eat the small animals present in the water. So the tentacle help to what you can say, get the food. They push the food towards the opening that act as a mouth. Got it? Okay, very good. So at least ask means like if you're not understood. I'm happy with that also. If you're not answering my question. So anyway, whatever we covered today, we covered the two groups of invertebrate. So revise these groups, and a few minutes are left. We can start third group also, platyhelminthes or flatworms. Platyhelminthes, as actually in this category, the worms are categorized, and they are soft, flattened, and leaf-like. Means in this category the worms are categorized, and the worms are specifically which worms are categorized, those are flattened, those are leaf like, means the leaf like, flattened, ribbon like, or just the flat body worms are categorized in the platyhelminthes.